Jags Nation. This is the Action Sports Jags postgame show.
Just watched it. Unbelievable, embarrassing performance by the Jacksonville Jaguars tonight. They have hit a low point. Ladies and gentlemen, hi everybody, Dan Hicken here. They're the worst team in the National Football League right now. The worst team. There are two 0-3 football teams in the NFL. Us, Jacksonville, and Tennessee. The only two winless football teams in the National Football League right now. 0-3 teams have a 2.5% chance of making the postseason historically. Playoffs? No playoffs. Something's got to be done. It ain't working. I'm not saying blow it all up. We're 3 weeks in. But this is a all-out disaster shocker. And either the coach has to fire a player, the owner has to fire a coach, the coach has to fire another coach, the GM has to go, but somebody should go tomorrow if you're serious about trying to be a winning franchise, which we simply haven't had here. And now we're in year 4 of Trevor Lawrence. Year 4. When 4 years ago, we jumped up and down and celebrated about getting this unbelievable quarterback, this generational quarterback. And he has seemingly regressed. It was awful tonight. The defense made wholesale changes last year at the end of the season. Doug Peterson said the defense was the problem. Brought in Ryan Nielsen, a guy who plays man-to-man defense. Nobody plays man-to-man like old Ryan Nielsen, our new defensive coordinator. You know what Josh Allen feasts on? Man-to-man defense. So guess what happened? He feasted on this man-to-man defense because we're no good at it. We paid Josh Hines Allen a boatload in the offseason. Oh, he's our franchise defensive player, they told us. 17.5 sacks. This guy's the real deal. Contract year. 1 sack, 3 games. We drafted Trayvon Walker instead of Aiden Hutchinson. Oh, we know more football than all you guys. Aiden Hutchinson, he's got short arms. Trayvon Walker's a stud. Yeah. You know who leads the NFL in sacks this year? The guy in Detroit. That's who. You know who doesn't? The guy here. That's who. Okay? Drafted a right tackle a couple years ago. That's how we fixed the offensive line, which may be worse now than ever. Signed a free agent center in the offseason. Oh, it's all Luke Fortner's fault. Can't run the football. Can't protect for Trevor Lawrence anyway. I could go on and on. We're rotating defensive guys in and out. They didn't stop Buffalo once when it mattered. 5 first-half touchdowns for the Buffalo Bills. I watched a game in Nashville during the Gus Bradley era. That was, I thought, as bad as it could get. 27-0 at the half. The commentators made fun. We've gone full circle now, and we're right back to that. And Doug Peterson, you have some explaining to do. And I don't care if you got to call the plays, and that's the least of our worries, but something has to be done. Somebody needs to be held accountable for what we just saw. This is a results-oriented business, and the results are bad. The Jaguars, who had postseason expectations, the owner told us in the offseason, it's the best team in Jags history, which obviously it was never better than some of the Coughlin teams of the 90s. But Trevor Lawrence told us, the best team I've ever been on. The best team I've ever been on. Buffalo annihilates the Jags. The final's 47-10. 47-10. Game notes. Terrible. Oh, what else to say? Bad. No good. Worst team in the NFL. You know it. I know it. We saw it. All right, let's tell you about the injuries. That doesn't help. Jarian Jones, our rookie, goes out early with an injury, shoulder injury. Foye Oluokun leaves with a foot injury. Anton Harrison leaves with a knee injury. They all been telling me, Walker Little's got to play. Walker Little's got to play. We're in the red zone. He jumps offside twice. Gabe Davis left late with an upper body injury. Not good. All right, we're waiting on Doug Peterson. Is that correct? Liv. So we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll hear from the Jaguars coach. I don't know what he's going to tell us, but it can't be good. It's the postgame show.
When it comes to trucks, I know exactly what I want. And at Bozard Ford, they make it easy to get exactly that. Let's go make this truck a little more my style. With Bozard Built, I can create my perfect truck right here. Lift kit? Check. Premium wheels? You bet. Advanced lighting package? Oh yeah. The Bozard team works their magic. From bumper to tailgate, I'm making this truck mine. It's everything that I wanted and more. From the field to the gym to weekend adventures. This truck's built for my journey. Bozard Built. Customized for your lifestyle, built to exceed your expectations. Check out the inventory and available options at bozardbuilt.com. Unleash your dream ride. Customized, covered, and Bozard approved.
Jags Nation, this is the Action Sports Jags postgame show.
All right, there you see the podium waiting Doug Peterson. I thought he might be quick tonight, but that's not the case. There's a lot to discuss, and maybe he's talking to the owner. I don't know. If I was Shad Khan, I would be furious. The amount of money I spent. Our 3 top guys that we gave new contracts to this year, the quarterback, terrible. 41, terrible. The cornerback's not even playing right now. Not good. Let's look at the 2 quarterbacks. You want to know why one quarterback is a franchise quarterback, the other one has a long way to go? There you see the numbers. I mean, the Trevor interception today was, he had 59 yards at the half. Josh Allen had about 260 of his 263. Josh Allen was brilliant tonight. He toyed with this Jaguar defense. He also had, by the way, over 40 yards rushing, meaning he's over 300 total yards. And he played about a half. Buffalo could have scored 60 if they wanted to. Let's hear from Brent up in Buffalo.
When it rains, it pours. And right now, it's time to hit the panic button in Jacksonville. This is not going well. The Jaguars with a tough start to the season at 0-2. They come to a tough place on Monday night, and they don't show up again. Lack of energy in the home opener against Cleveland, and then a no-show here against the Buffalo Bills on national television. Jags dropped to 0-3. They're in dire straits now, going to Houston in a week against the AFC South champs from a week ago. The Jaguars have problems all over the place. Can you plug all the holes is now the question. We talked so much about the offense. Well, the defense couldn't stop anything on this day. Josh Allen and the Buffalo offense, they've been cruising, and they cruised on Monday Night Football. They didn't punt the football until 12 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Both backup quarterbacks enter the game. It felt like a preseason game in the second half more than a big-time clash. When the schedule came out, we expected it to be the Bills and the Jags. Maybe a preview of what's to come in the playoffs. Playoffs? Not even close. Jaguars can't find a win, and they are in big trouble here in the 2024 season. That'll do it for now from Orchard Park, New York. Jaguars 0-3. Always on the road with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jacks.
Surprising note from the National Football League. It came at halftime. And here, let me read it. It says, the Jacksonville Jaguars will never be allowed on primetime football again due to their ineptness and the fact that they are the worst team in the National Football League. All games heretofore will start at 1 o'clock in the Sunday afternoon slot. So I was a little surprised by that, but probably well-deserved. I kid because I care. I got nothing else to do but cry. I don't care about these stats. They all stink. The running back room, I don't care about either, but we'll show them to you. They all stink. The whole team stinks. I mean, Travis Etienne had like a 30-yard run late, or he would have had about 35 yards. We're waiting on Doug Peterson, man. We're going to keep waiting. We're going to get him. We're going to get him. And we're going to have him for you live when he gets there. That's coming up.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants.
We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter.
Right now, save $1,000 or more when you bundle a Kinetico Premier Softener with a Kinetico K5 drinking water system. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Kinetico water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Financing options available with approved credit. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Kinetico dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Jags Nation, this is the Action Sports Jags postgame show.
Oh, there he is, the owner. Told us this was the best team in Jaguars history. Boy, did they fool you, Mr. Khan. Did they fool you? Somebody owes you an apology. Your football people who you let do the football things have failed you greatly. We welcome you back to the program. You want to take a look at the AFC South standings? Those are pretty. Those are the two 0-3 teams, I believe, in the entire NFL. And the Jags go to Houston on Sunday. Had a chance to turn things around and did not do it. Did not do it. Shout out to the Mangler. He just texted me. Mangler, you were on a better team back in 1995 than what we watched tonight. There's the schedule. 3 L's to start the year, 0-3. The Texans up next. The Colts here, the Bears and Patriots in London. I don't know. I'll say this. This is the 30th year of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I've watched every single game. It's close to 500 football games, I would think. If you do 30 times 16, you throw in a couple extra 17s in the playoff games. 30 times 10 is 300. 30 times 6 is 180. That's 480. That's how I do the math. It's about 500 games. That half of football that we watched tonight was the worst half of football I've ever seen by a Jacksonville Jaguar football team. And we've seen a lot of bad halves. This is a football franchise that has had the number 1 pick twice. This is a football franchise that is picked in the top 10 numerous times. This is a football team that has had coaches with some historically bad winning percentages, like Gus Bradley and down the line. So just an epic fail by what we saw tonight. And somebody has got to tell us what in the world is going on, because we're not getting the full story here. And let me tell you what happens now when you're 0-3 and you're expecting to be, 1-2, 2-1, 3-0. It's called this: finger point, finger point, finger point. And if you look at this schedule, they ain't winning in Houston, right? That's 0-4. Colts at home, they usually win, but who knows? Bears, Patriots, whatever. You're not winning that. You're not winning that. You're not winning that. You're not winning that. There's 4. You're not winning that. You're probably not winning that. You're not winning that. You might win that. And maybe. There's 4 or 5 wins on the schedule right now, the way they're playing. And I don't know. Here's the real scary part. I don't know how you fix it. That's not my job, but do you? Do they? I don't think they do. It's the same thing we watch every week. Trevor Lawrence and this football team have lost 8 straight football games. Trevor Lawrence has. They got that 1 win over Carolina last year, right? That's it. They've lost 8 straight football games. I have no answers. What happened to the 8-3 team we watched? What happened to the team that won all those games at the end of 22, went 8-3 to start 23, and now have seemingly disappeared? It's the same dudes, man. Trevor's supposed to be better. Where are the plays on offense? Defense. Holy cow. It's bad everywhere, except maybe with the punter and the kicker. Once again, we got a great punter and a great kicker. Yeehaw. What are we doing, Liv? Is the podium still empty? Do we have Andre Cisco? All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with more. We're going to get Peterson. I'm telling you, Doug, you're not ducking us. You got to answer.
For the game day hustle and every day in between. Juggling my show, Jag Social, to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Jags Nation, this is the Action Sports Jags postgame show.
Well, that was them coming out. They should be leaving. I don't know where they're headed. I don't know where Doug is. We're waiting. Do we have the podium shot? Doug Peterson, you must head to the podium. There is a time limit here, ladies and gentlemen, and we are within 6 minutes of our time frame waiting on Doug Peterson. We need him to approach the podium. Welcome back, everybody. This is the postgame show. We watched it. It was just terrible. The Jags lose 47-10. I am honestly somewhat stunned. I didn't pick the Jags to win tonight. I thought they would be competitive. This was as bad as it gets. And I am absolutely in shock in watching this football team try to play National Football League. What's that? Stand by. The Jags, the NFL's come out again. The Jags may be being relegated to the Mountain West Conference. You know, Mountain West. So, again, that's me making another poor joke, attempted humor here as I suffer through what you all suffered through, and that was watching this football team try to play football. Again, Andre Cisco, he at least talked. Let's hear from him.
Been on this team for a few years now. This one's about as bad of kind of a feeling as it's felt in this locker room afterwards. What's kind of the vibe here with the guys?
Hard to get a feel right now. Definitely a lot of bitterness and disappointment. Just put in too much work for this, and so it's hard to understand why this is happening. You know, just waiting to see what it is to learn and take from it. You know, obviously beyond the film. I think just like, you know, just when it comes to character, when it comes to living right, when it comes to doing things right on a consistent basis, because you know, this is always a little bit bigger than what you guys see on the field. You know, we kind of got to internally figure out, you know, what it is.
The first half, I mean, everything going Buffalo's way when they were on offense. Can you attribute that to anything?
Nah, super unexpected. I feel like studied really well this week, and had a good feel for what the offense was going to do. You know, they came out with a few things in the first drive that was like, okay, you know, they kind of schemed up well. After that, just a lack of execution.
How disappointing is it that, you know, this is that primetime stage, that Monday Night Football game that everyone kind of gets amped up about, and for it to be put on tape like this? Yeah,
I mean, it sucks either way. You know, I'm not focusing too much on that. But you know, you definitely want to come out and show out on big time stages. We didn't take advantage of the opportunity at all.
Last one for me, just you guys got to reset. You got Houston next. It's a short week. How big is the challenge this week for you guys to get this thing turned around?
Yeah, I mean, we back into a corner, so now you can see the whole picture, and you know what you got to do. I mean, it's clear. It's a must-win situation. Obviously a good team, but division rivals, obviously we know them a little bit better. So looking to go in and steal a win for sure.
I mean, he's trying, but I don't know what else to say. The watch party's if you stayed at that watch party until the end, the Jaguars should give you free tickets to the next home game because you deserve it, or something seriously wrong with you. But God bless you nonetheless for being such a fan of this football team. If I wasn't working, I would be long gone home and sleeping right now. Doug Peterson, now 30-plus minutes past, still has not met or approached the podium. We have a shot of the podium. We were waiting. I thought we'd get him, but it's becoming apparent here with 2 minutes left in our program that we won't have it. We may be able to we'll play a little of it in the newscast, and we will record it. But absolutely stunning performance by the Jaguars on the bad side. They were and are right now. There's 32 teams in the National Football League, and we are number 32. And we started the year much higher. Do we have time for Mitch Morse? Let's hear from Mitch Morse real quick.
It's our job as an offense to keep the ball in our possession, give our defense an opportunity to rest, and for momentum's sake as well. I mean, this is a momentum league, and if you don't execute early, there can be a snowball effect, and we saw that today.
Is it a thing where you kind of start to press a little bit? How hard is it to stick to the game plan when you see that score on the board?
Yeah, I mean, you can only do what you can do as a professional, and that's call, whatever's called, execute, and we didn't do enough of that today.
Towards the end of the game, we had to see some other guys come in on that offensive line. It, shows the depth of the team a little bit to have to throw Walker in there, have Coop have to come in there. Can you speak to just what this could do for them to get just a little something in there and get something going?
Well, I think anytime you can get game time, it's very helpful as a professional. And we didn't want that circumstance for those guys to get in there, but they're professionals, and I thought they played admirably.
All right, that's Mitch Morse. I really kind of feel like all the Jaguar players, we can't hear from Doug, is that correct? All right, let's hear from him for 30 seconds.
Can you go in an opposite direction?
Well, I don't necessarily think you go in an opposite direction. You've invested a lot of time, but there has to be changes, whether it's play design, personnel, everything's on the table. Let's call it, right? And those are all things that we have to, I have to look at. We have to look at as a staff and make the adjustments.
Is it a little helpless to see these guys not responding to whatever you guys are trying to do?
It's not for lack of effort or trying and all of that. I just think that sometimes you just have to get out of your own way. Right, and we just keep digging ourselves in a hole early, and can't seem to dig our way out of it. Especially as one-sided as this game was today.
Since there's about confidence, but no choose no confidence until somebody does something and nobody's really doing.
I mean, it's kind of human nature when you get down so fast. Now you're waiting for something to happen, and it's a hard position to be in, and we have to be on the other side of it. We've got to make things happen earlier than later.
You have been on the three, I don't think, in your coaching career, but you guys a couple of years ago were 3-7, and you got crushed in one of those games by Detroit. Will you lean on some of the stuff that you were able to figure out, or is this a different animal?
No, I mean, you definitely have to look back and see what got you through certain tough times, and you just, it's a week-to-week deal, and we're 3 weeks in. We're not very good right now, and we got 2 division games coming up back-to-back, and I tell you this, no one's going to feel sorry for us, right? I mean, this is who we are right now, and it's not very good, right? And we have to be honest, with ourselves, and I've got to be honest with myself, and just keep plugging away.
You said everything's on the table when you talk about personnel changes. Does that include, every starter, or does that include the quarterback potentially, or not?
I mean, you say everything's on. We got to take a look at injury. Tonight we had some guys injured. Could be moves that way. It could be performance. It's all things we have to evaluate as we move forward.
What do you know about Foye, Jari, and Tom?
Yeah, we'll know more. Jarian's shoulder, Foye's foot. Gabe came out late with a shoulder that he injured last week. So, all things that I just don't know the status. I just know they were hurt and didn't go back, in the game. So we'll figure out that as the week goes.
So there's something. Okay. I know you've been doing this a long time, but in times like this, do you even start losing a little bit of your confidence or second guessing yourself of what you're doing during the week?
No, I don't lose confidence in myself. one of the things I have to do is evaluate our process. What are we doing, and is it beneficial for the team? Right? Is it helping us win? And obviously, it's not right now. So, those are all things that I have to look at moving forward.
Is there something that you're doing remotely that you can at least point to and say, okay, we can build off of this as we kind of move forward and whatever changes you're going to make, whether that's offensively, defensively, any part of something that you can kind of.
I really want to say something funny right now. I said I really want to say something funny right now. I just can't think of anything. Maybe the kickoff, touchback. I don't know. I mean, listen, it's no, I know, and I get the question. I kind of wanted to be at that time, but gosh, it's just these guys. Listen, these guys work too hard. I mean, you watch them during the week. I mean, they work too hard, and then this is what happens. This is a result. I mean, it just goes to show you each week how important each week is and being ready to play. You know, and it's the NFL. You know, it's week to week, and like I said, no one's going to feel sorry for you, and you just got to keep working.
There's sadness in Jacksonville. Bear with me. I did the best I could. We stink. Not we, the team. Love you. Bye.